Alrighty, continuing on here. We got my Minotaur character here, who is working on skill plans for a lift, which I have the hull and I have the rigs. Don't have the rest of the build yet, but I'll get there. And it's going to take a little while to get all the way where I want to be. I don't know how I'm going to try and I'm going to accelerate this as much as I can by using a skill clone, by using and so I'll jump her to another clone here, like let's see, is this one? No, that's the black glass stuff. Jump her to this, I guess, but then also I need to take out a BY-810 and to her, which what that does is it extends boosters by 10% time. And so I have an advanced booster in here right now, and it says I have 5 days 21 hours left. I don't know what it started out at, but whatever it started out at, if I had the BY-810 implant in, it would add 10% more time. And so that can really add up. And I do have at least one more. Yeah, I have one. Well, I have a couple more here, boosters that I have in my redeem queue. And then I'll be handing her some Mastery at Arms ones or something like that to keep her going as well. So the Mastery at Arms, I think what it does is it does 48 hours if you don't have the one implant in, and then it'll add 4.8 hours on top of it, up to 52, 53 hours in that range. So it just gives you just a little bit more. And if it's a clone that you're not flying around a bunch, then the cost is okay on it. What did I figure up? It's 131 million for it. And if we were buying skill points, I think that I figured up that I have to get an extra 10 days out of it or something like that to cover the cost, something like that. So over time, I mean, it costs a little bit more up front, but over time it'll start to pay off. So as opposed to just buying skill points, although she's high enough that it would be a problem, because she has 182 million skill points, and so if I use an injector, I only get 150,000. So, not very much. Not very much. All right, so I just added the rest of the stuff for the lift, and then let's see here, show info, and the Sarathiel here. And so I'm training her, so she's Minotaur and loves her angel ships. So we're gonna go into, Mastery 1. Okay, I have everything in the queue already for Mastery 1. So that's good. But then we're gonna take it up to Mastery 4. Oh, this isn't too bad. It says only 2 months, 19 days to get to Mastery 4. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So that may not include some of the stuff that I need, but I'm gonna put it in here after Minotaur Carrier 4. And Here it is right here. Well, actually, it's going to... Yeah, it'll go after Mimitar Carrier 4 here. So, and it looks like there's a few more things for me to buy. I've been spending a lot of money. I had 15 billion, now I'm down to 7.9. I bought skill books, because the capital skill books are crazy expensive. And then also bought a Lif hull. So... Alright, so... I think I should put this up someplace else. That'll help me with all of my Mimitar ship stuff. All of them, even the subcaps. So, now... Capital projectile turret. "58 minutes. All right. If that's only 58 minutes, then I need to, you know, just put some of this up here. Because they're easy to pick off, and my skill plan is going to get really long here. Oh, and the specialization is going to require... I got to buy the skill, but also it's going to require... It doesn't say what it requires. It says view required skills. Capital projectile turret. Yeah, right. So I thought. So we're gonna have to get that all the way up to 5 on the capital projectile turret. Okay. How many days is it? It's 1 day. Okay. So we're going to sacrifice a day up in there. And then we'll bring it all the way down in here. Right, with that done, then I can do the specialized. These guys are here again. much is it? 39 million? Both of these require capital projectile turret. 5. I know it only says I need 1 to hit Mastery 4, but I really don't feel like that's enough. And we're not adding the Mastery 5 stuff yet because I'm afraid that I'm going to get too long in my queue. I'm at 77 of 150. So you can have 150 total items in your skill queue. All right. Oh, and then tactical weapon reconfiguration. Okay. It's not going to be very long, is it? 5 hours. One day, 6 hours. This doesn't do anything for my fax setup, but when it's just these lower amount of times, I hate leaving stuff that's like 1 day all the way at the end. I mean, it just doesn't feel good. All right, tactical weapon reconfiguration. Alrighty, so that is, gosh, all of that. That's great. But now if I hit Mastery 5, 1 year, 9 days, holy shit, it goes from 1 month, 29 days to 1 year, 9 days. Wow. Uh-huh. Isn't that pretty incredible? Okay, we have this stuff in there already. This capital specialization. These are adding big amounts of days. Big amounts of days. Is it just to have it completed, or is there no real advantage to it? Well, so all this stuff, when you get up to level 4, that's kind of the cutoff, really. Level 4, you're going to be 95% effective, and then, but to go up to mastery level 5, then you're going to be, you know, you're going to get that last 5% or whatever. Actually, it's not actually the last 5%, it's going to be like the last 4%. There's still going to be 1% left over and other stuff that's not even listed in here. And then you can, but it takes, you know, so much longer to do that part. But that's just the way it works out. And it's fine. It's to get up to that super high skill level, it takes a really long time on that last bit. So that one's all in there. That one's all in there. That's all in there. Jump drive calibration 5. Okay. 43-day train. Okay, I think what we're going to do on... Well, that'll benefit all of the ships. So will the capital shield operation. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a huge number on going 4 to 5. Right. I think this feels about where I want it to be. And so everything's in the queue. All of it. And 817 days of training. Oh my God. Guys, we're talking a 2.5-year commitment. Wow. That is 2.5-year commitment to get into these 2 ships. 2 ships. The Lif and the Sarathiel. So the nice thing about the Sarathiel is that Mastery 5 on this will automatically get me Mastery 5 on the Nithauger and the Galante one, the Moros. So it's just kind of by default. I'm pretty sure. Let's look and be sure. So oh, wait, what? Oh, there's more shit to learn if I want to add this stuff too. Nah, we're gonna stick with the Sarathiel. So there's that. Okay, so let me look here. Oh, Galante Dreadnought. Okay, so let's look at the Minmatar Dreadnought. And then Nagafar. Right. There it is. Now, in this, all right, there we are. It looks like it's the same requirements. And so I'll get Mastery 5 on that. And then if I want to train this character to go into a Moros, I could. Maybe that's what I would do. So would you rearrange, train, get to level 4, then level 5? Yeah, that's what I already did. That's what I just did, Jackwagon. So everything here is to Mastery 4, and then and then all these 5s are at the end. There's some stuff in here that have to happen after some other 5s, but yeah, no problem, Jackwagon. So, and this stuff here, the Vorktron projector stuff, let's just delete these. And that takes me down to 811 days only. 35 million skill points to train. I do have 6 million free here. I kind of want to hold that available for being very specific in like the facts. If there's something in like level 5 that really is going to be very beneficial, that's way down on the list here for training, then I may want to pop that in. So could group skills and remap. Okay, so that's a very interesting thing, Red Wing Nut, mentioning that, because you are correct. And so for those of you that don't know what that is taking the character here and changing the attributes here, where okay, for the ship hulls, you would take perception up to 32 and then willpower up to 27, and you would reduce these other ones down to, I don't know, 21 or something like that. And so perception and willpower are the stuff for ship hulls. It also happens to be the stuff for weapons. And so when you look at like Mimitar Dreadnought here, and the attributes perception and willpower, and then if we look at tactical weapon configuration, perception and willpower, capital projectile turret, perception and willpower. And so I could look at this differently and say, okay, we can do a remap. Oh yes, and improved implants. Yes, I'll be jumping her to her training clone after I'm done playing with her. And so if I were to change this to be perception and willpower based, then like the resistance phasing here, I don't think, see, that's intelligence and memory. And so if I changed my settings right now, it would lower the intelligence and memory, which would make this take longer to train. And so what you would do is actually separate these things by training attributes. And so if I wanted to train quicker on the hulls and the weapons, then everything that's not hull and weapon gets taken to after that point. And if I adjust this, it really is like a 20 to 25% increase in how fast I can train it. So let's just say that the hull and weapons portion of this is 500 days. And so I make this change, and then I could take it down to around 400 days, because that'd be 20%. And 400 days is still a lot, but it saves me 100 days. And then after that, if everything else is kind of all over the place, then just set back to normal. I don't want to do that with this character because I right now have enough free skill points that I could pop this in and be really close to being able to fly the fax, and I think use it properly. So, and also the difference between Mastery Level 4 and Mastery Level 5 is really probably an overall performance boost of somewhere between 5 and 7%. It's not very big. You get your biggest boosts on 1 through 3, and then 4 is kind of in that middle zone, and then 5 is the I just got to have it gold on my list or whatever. You can be nearly as effective at Mastery 4 as you would be at Mastery 5. I tend to take most of my stuff to Mastery 5, and that's just kind of how I do it. It's not necessary though to be effective, and so you can see here I've taken all this to Mastery 5. It's because this character has 100% focused on Minmatar for the most part, and the only thing that is not in there, you know, all the way is this. But by doing all of this other stuff here for the capital ships, I'm going to get this by default. I think wind. So I think that I'll end up with this, and so Nagy, the Hateless Burner Fist, Mastery 4 to 5, yes, was important for the Nurgle fit. Well, yeah, that's such a high-end fit that you need that last 5%.
You, sir,
so
rock.
Yeah.
SW_Demon 2772 just subscribed.
SW Demon, thank you for the sub.
Welcome
about 1,000
to the
gold.
Dragons.
Everybody here
Monhey just followed.
in SW Demon's honor. And then I'll see what Dolly is thinking that your Twitch avatar might be looking like currently, and we'll show that at the break. Oh, I guess we had a break a little while ago, but it wasn't intentional, and I forgot on the other one. Next break. So so I'll end up with Mastery, well, except for this is going to require a Black Ops book, skill book, and that's one thing it doesn't show on this screen right here. So yes, in the daily reward tracks you can get a whole bunch per month. So anyway, so at some point, if I decide that I want to fly Black Ops, well then I will train the Black Ops skill. Otherwise, I'm going to have a Mastery 5 in it, but not have it unlocked by the time I get my LIF at Mastery 5. And these will come, so the LIF and the Nagafar and the Navy issue will come in kind of close to each other as they start coming up in their masteries. You'll start seeing like ones on all of these at the same time, and including maybe on the Lancer here, and might even on the Titan. The Titan, though, unless I'm going to train like Doomsday and the Phenomena Generator and stuff, Portal Generator, that won't happen to get mastery towards that unless I do that other stuff. I don't know that I'll train that. I just don't know. It might be more interesting that once I get the Sarathiel, if I really like it, then maybe I'd want to go for the Azrael in, for Titan or whatnot. And wow, it says Mastery 5 is 11 months, 7 days. That's not bad. 3 months for Mastery 1. So the jump portal generation, stuff like that. And the problem is, since I don't do the war stuff, since I don't participate in the war stuff because of kind of my unique situation of being in Pandemic Horde and Imperium at the same time, is that I probably wouldn't take this into battle. I probably would take this out and I'd use it as transport, portal generator, and if I got the chance to use it as in some other instance, for fun, I probably would. It would be totally unannounced, and I would totally have all of my scouts set up beforehand and everything, and then I go out and take out a dread with it or something like that. That's a dread spawn, or I don't know, or maybe I get lucky and I get a Titan spawn and then I can actually use it. But the problem is, whatever I do, I have to do it within a couple of minutes, because if I show on the show undocking this and I'm headed out to some place, that anybody who knows any sort of connection near to where I'm at, they're going to be all over that like really quickly. So, so what's the likelihood of me having this Titan? Probably pretty low. I am getting a Titan over on the Horde side, and really I'm going to use him for Portal. And that's going to be the primary thing. And he's just going to stay at the same station all the time. I'm probably not going to shoot anything with him. So, yeah. But it'd be fun to own. But I wouldn't be able to take it into a proper fleet battle. Because how I don't participate in the war stuff. So, it'd be just the way it is. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with this. I feel like it's going to take a long time, but I feel pretty good about it. So, yeah, and I have a whole bunch of stuff here. Like in a month, 3 weeks or a month, I might be able to undock my Lif and use it by just doing the training here. And then still holding those unallocated skill points. So, all right, I feel good about this. Now I have one more character that needs to be set up and spends a shit ton of money. And that's my Minmatar, or my Galante character, because I am going to get him into a Moros. Or maybe a Moros Navy issue. I don't know. One of those two. And so I look forward to that. And I don't know how his training is currently, whether he's good to go or not, but I'll find out here shortly. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, see you in the next episode.